Smokeless Chimney, Opacity, Calibration, and Code, August 18th, 2023, the best flames on the net. A new paper was published from the scientific community. I found it on Facebook from Alliance for Green Heat. I reviewed this publication. I will post a link to it. It's called A Review of Regulatory Standard Test Methods for Residential Wood Heaters and Recommendations for Their Advancement. When I looked through the document, I did a search for one word, opacity. It came up 0 times. It appears that this group would like to take the lab and bring it out into the field. Well, opacity's been out in the field for many years. I don't think they understand what opacity can do. These people, they're very bright. They just don't seem to understand what's going on. Opacity is the law. How to measure opacity. This is a rendering of a simple opacity meter with a light source on one side and a sensor on the other with the smoke in the middle. A very simple device. A diagram with most of the components with a light source on the left, a small lens, a light port, a light beam, emissions, another light port, and you need a stable light source and a digital sensor. This is a prototype. It looks complicated, but it is a simple device. It was working for a good 3 months out in the cold weather last, and I got a great deal of data on it that I published on YouTube. This is my calibration data. I use neutral density filters. So the first filter is a UV filter, and it is a 10% filter. The other one is a neutral density 2, which is a 50% filter, and then I have a neutral density 4 that is a 75% filter. Keep in mind that over 20% opacity for 6 consecutive minutes is illegal. Lately, I've been working on the code, and I want to show you a bit of this. It drops down from the top, turning on a relay, and then reads the sensor a couple times to get rid of some noise. Then it goes into a loop that reads the sensor 25 times. I put those numbers in an array and then do some statistics on it. Another section of code looks at the statistics. I'm interested in the mean, which is the average of the readings. I'm interested in the max light. I'm also interested in the minimum amount of light. The key variable to me is variance. That gives me the spread. If you're looking at neutral density filters, you're going to get a very low variance number. If you're looking at smoke, you get very high variance numbers. So that helps me figure out the type of environment I'm looking at. This is the most recent set of data that I've looked at. And you can see that when you get some smoke, it's rather high into the 70% range, but the system is able to accommodate it and bring it back down. And that's what's needed, because if you have more than 20% opacity, there's a chance you can get a smoke fine. In summary, laboratories are testing wood stoves without opacity information. You can buy a wood stove and on the first day be out of compliance with the law. We are suggesting that wood stoves have the ability to put an opacity monitor on the wood stove so that they can say, we are not burning illegally. We would like to suggest that laboratories add opacity monitors to their monitoring equipment so they can tell the customer what type of opacity readings a wood stove produces. Smokeless Chimney, www.smokelesschimney.com, Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube.